Well, just a few weeks ago, we traveled to Wallsburg, Utah.
Right, that's such a tiny little town.
Yeah, but there's an amazing thing there.
Yeah, I didn't know it was there.
Who would?
Right.
It's so far off the beaten path, but there's a private car collection and antique vehicle collection, which has now become a foundation because the owner of it passed away and set up a not-for-profit foundation, and now they hold the occasional event here just to show off his amazing collection. I love these old steam tractors.
They're interesting.
They're the same as a steam locomotive when you get right down to it. They just don't run on tracks.
No, but they sure do a fine job out in the field.
And there's a substantial collection of automobiles.
Oh, I know, it boggles the mind.
And some of these are really sought after, highly collectible cars. Just an amazing collection.
Right.
And there's one building that contains entirely race cars.
Right, I looked over there and it was like, oh my goodness, my heart skipped a beat.
This is the Desert Rose.
Right.
And legendary, and who knew
Right.
that the Desert Rose was here, and suddenly there it is, this famous land speed record car, the Desert Rose. And suddenly, there it is.
Oh, I wanted to see this in person because I'd known about it since probably 1968.
And I literally grew up with this car. And we did a story on that. And here's a link to the entire story of this car. But it was built in the neighborhood where I grew up, in a shop by a guy, Athol Graham. And he had decided he was going to set the land speed record with this car.
Amazing.
And build it entirely from scratch there in his garage, a quarter of a mile from the home where I grew up. And the sound of this huge Allison engine, it's something I will never forget.
I wish I could have heard it. We learned about it in elementary school because part of our studies was about the Bonneville Salt Flats and racing out there.
And this car is a very important part of that story.
It is.
The car was lovingly rebuilt and completely restored by Ethel's son Butch. And I had a chance to see it while he was working on it, just before he put the finishing touches on it. And we've been trying to get a hold of Butch, and I've sent some text messages, and we had no idea what became of the car. He said when he got it done, he had a buyer in mind for it, and that's the last we heard. And to our utter surprise and joy, here it is.
Right. I mean, I had to, they say don't touch the cars. I had to touch that car because I wanted to see it that badly my whole life.
And here's Ethel and the whole family.
I love that picture.
Just as I remember them. And I'd been over to that house, and it's just such a wonderful thing to find this. Please watch the entire video by chasing the link, and there will also be a link at the end of the show here because it's an important story, and I want everybody to hear the complete story. Anyway, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe by clicking on the upcoming blue button. Zoink! Right there, the blue button. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We sure hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here next Sunday.
Right?
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.